What is up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WP Workshop. Today I show you how to find the RSS feed of any website. And when I say any website, of course I mean any website that actually has an RSS feed, because that is not all websites. So let's just cover that before we get into the details. But with that said, I have three favorite ways of finding RSS feeds on websites. And bear with me because I'm gonna go from obvious to less obvious. So let's cover the most obvious one first. So what I do is just check the source code of a website. So in most browsers, you're gonna be able to do right click and then view page source. And on the page, just look for RSS and you should find a tag like this one and a link to a valid RSS feed next to it. So let's check if this one works. Let's put it here, and yeah, even though you're not seeing anything, a file actually was downloaded in the background. This is the file, and when we open it, what we're gonna see is the contents of a valid RSS feed. So you can use this method on every website as your first try. You can also search for feed instead of RSS. You can search for feed, and this should find you basically the same result. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, what you can do is use a tool like this one, Lighthouse Feed Finder. So this one has been shared by a user on Reddit and it's a great tool. It handles most of the cases. So let me just show you what it can do. So if I go to a page like this one, let's just grab the address. Let's come back here, let's put it here and let's search for feeds. So as you can see, this tool, it will look through all those elements, all those places to find a valid feed address. And okay, so it's done. So it seems that we do have a valid feed address. Let's check it out. Let's see it. Again, what happened is that a new file was downloaded and again, it is a valid RSS feed. So we got both of them. Great. But let's come back here and let's look for some more cases. So for example, for a page like this one, this is just a job listing website. And if we grab this one and put it in here into this Lighthouse tool, in this case, we got information that the tool wasn't able to find a feed on this website. But does it mean that the website doesn't have a feed? Well, not entirely, because if we view again the source code and we look for RSS, we're gonna indeed find that there is an address in here, but the address is just a relative address, not a complete web address. So what you do with that is just grab this part, let's just copy it, let's just put it in here. And for the rest of the address, let's just grab the actual address of this website, which is this. So let's grab that, let's go back in here and let's just combine the two. Meaning we're just gonna take this one, replace this part, and what we have is again a correct, I assume, address of the RSS feed. Let's check it out. And yeah, this indeed gives us a correct feed. And one final case, just to show you that you might need to dig a bit deeper into a page's source code. So we have ProBlogger, we can view the source. Again, let's look for RSS, and what we're gonna find is indeed a link that says subscribe via RSS, and it gives us a link like this one. However, if I try to go to this one, I'm gonna see that the feed is not found. So does it mean that there is no feed in here? Well, not entirely, because if we go and look some more, we're gonna eventually stumble upon another address like this one. So let's just check this out. And if we go to this one, we're gonna find that indeed this is a RSS feed of this website. So for comparison, if I were to put this address into the Lighthouse tool and search for feeds, as you can see, it's gonna take a minute to give me some results, but all that it can find are those addresses that don't actually return the correct feed. So even though it will download a file, that file isn't actually very useful, because all it says is that the page is actually empty, when in fact we can see that it's not quite empty. So yeah, finding feeds is basically a combination of using tools either like this one or some other ones, and then just looking through the source code of the website that you want to investigate. And don't just stop at the first mention of RSS on the page, because it might not just be the correct one. Yeah, so that is it. Let me know what you think. Let me know when was the last time you struggled to find an RSS feed of a website. I'm Karol. You can find me at wpwork.shop and see you next time.